Question 2, which ordered pair represents a point where the graph of f of x crosses the x-axis? So again, we could graph this problem and find where it crosses the x-axis pretty quickly. But we could also factor this problem. Both of these look like they can easily be factored. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to factor this one and see if we can get an answer quickly. So remember, to figure out where it crosses the x-axis, we're going to use the zero product property, which means we're going to take each factor. So we'll first take x minus 1, set it equal to 0, and solve for x. Add 1 to both sides. We end up getting x equals 1. So that represents the ordered pair 1, 0. This graph crosses the x-axis at 1, 0. Notice that's not an option. Negative 1, 0 is, but not positive 1, 0. So that means the answer must be coming from this other factor, x squared plus x minus 20. So this one needs to be factored. This is a quadratic, so this one's not as straightforward to solve for x, so we're going to factor this. We know the first two terms have to be an x and x because x times x gives us that x squared. The last two terms, they have to multiply together to give us negative 20 and add together to give us positive 1. And the way I always like to do this is I like to list the numbers that will multiply together to give us 20 first. So that's 1 and 20. 2 and 10, 4 and 5. So obviously one of these numbers has to be negative since they're multiplying together to give us a negative 20. But which one needs to be negative in order to add together to give us 1? Well, 5 minus 4 gives us 1. So the 5 is positive, the 4 is negative. Those are the factors. So then finally the zero product property, we're going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve these both for x. So this one is x equals negative 5. And the other one's going to be x equals positive 4, although we can already see our answer is negative 5, 0. If you struggle with factoring, remember you could always just graph this. So I just typed in the original problem in y equals, graph it, and then you can visually see exactly where it crosses. It crosses 3 times, but of the 4 choices, the only choice we see is right here at negative 5, 0, this point on the left. The other 2 are at 1 and at 4. Well, we found all 3 of those answers using factoring. So either way works. Choose the method you like better.